Hello! Hi guys, welcome back to One Man's Junk. Alright, so guys, I have something really cool and very interesting that I want to share with you. The majority of you are probably very much aware of these. It's a brand new line, but it's an old property. Yes, it is of course Masters of the Universe. It's the Hot Wheels Masters of the Universe. So of course, Hot Wheels is a line that is owned by Mattel, so no problem in doing this, in preparing this line. We got the Wind Raider, I got the Battle Ram, I've even got the Land Shark. So these are really cool. I'm going to be ripping them open, but, well, let's just rip them open and then I'll show you what I've got planned. So the first one here is this Land Shark. So of course it is very accurate to the vintage Masters Universe, but instead it's made with die cast. So very well detailed. Oh, these are so cool. Really well made. Like very well made. This is just an accurate little mini die cast replica. I love it. And that's just the Land Shark. Very well detailed. There's a little bit of articulation, just enough to make them interesting. Nice weight. Oh, these are phenomenal. Now you're wondering, what else did I pick up that could rival these? Look at this. So, these, of course, are world's smallest Masters of the Universe. Again, this is a recent release. The world's smallest is, of course, an older line. It's been about for a while. They do the world's smallest everything. I've got world's smallest Stretch Armstrong. They do My Little Ponies, Waldo, Puzzles, G.I. Joe, you name it. But they did do this MOTU series, and I was going to open them up anyway. But I have a little feeling that these figures here may be small enough to pilot these miniatures. So let's open them up and let's see what's going on. Okay, so I've got the figures here. This is the world's smallest Masters of the Universe figures. That's He-Man and Skeletor. They're very well made, very well detailed. They come packaged with lots of great accessories, including a figure stand and even this tiny, tiny little dagger, which I'm assuming will get lost instantly. We'll do a close-up of that. But my dream was that these could be pilots for these. I just thought this was such a great potential crossover. Unfortunately, as you can see here, the He-Man figure, the legs are not articulated, so he just stands in the Wind Raider. And as for the Skeletor with the Land Shark, again, non-articulated legs, so he just lies in it. So both equally great series, but unfortunately together doesn't really work. However, do not let that get you down, because Mattel actually just launched a special product. It was only available in Mattel Creations, and you better believe your boy MOTU Mike picked it up. Yes! Check it out. It is a special edition He-Man, Wind Raider, Skeletor, Land Shark. So this series here, I'm not sure how much they're going to expand this series. I have a feeling they're going to keep building on this one here. But this one here has the pilots actually built in, so they're non-removable. But what I can tell you is they are very, very well detailed, and I gotta say, I love this whole series altogether. So I can't say that this is better or worse than this. I will say that this here is better than this combo, but individually, all great products. Welcome back to action figure identification. Here's two really good ones that you don't see too often at all. These were actually packaged with LJN Bionic 6, so definitely accessories that are very hard to come by. Unfortunately, the figures do tend to get damaged fairly easily, just because they're made out of metal and the paint does chip off. But you've got the baseball glove, that was packaged with Eric, and the yellow glove belonged to Clunk. Here we go, fairly self-explanatory. We've got a pair of boxing gloves. They look to be to a 5.5 inch action figure scale. You're thinking boxing gloves, action figure. If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say probably Rocky, and you'd be right. It is packaged with Rocky. That's all three figures from the line from Phoenix Toys. Here's a nice, cool one, quick and easy. This was packaged with Infaceables from Galoob, and that was packaged with Torto. Believe it or not, this is one that I learned about recently. I did mistakenly believe that this was a Playmobil accessory. It's not, it's very unassuming as an accessory, but it was actually packaged with Kenner, one of the haunted humans. In fact, Hard Hat was his name. And finally, what a beautiful accessory to finish on. Really, really hard to come by. I got it through a very good acquaintance, Annie. Thanks, my man. And that is, in fact, the helmet for none other than Lost World of the Warlord Remco for the horse. Yes, so very, very rare. Very flimsy. It's very thin plastic with some chrome painted on. Now I just need to track down the horse. Watch this space. Hopefully next episode. It's that time again, folks. It's time for Finds of the Day. Alright guys, so let's have a look at those finds of the day. So as of course you know, I am a huge Masters of the Universe fan. You just saw I've picked up some brand new Masters of the Universe merch. But of course it wouldn't be a finds of the day without some vintage Masters of the Universe merch. So I know it's hard to believe, but I did finally just pick up the dual-sided radio here. It does still work. Unfortunately, it isn't the talking radio, just like the Hordak talking radio, but we'll get that one day. But we got this very nice price, and of course we'll go in with the merch collection, but that wasn't all the MOTU. I did pick up this Battle Armor He-Man pencil topper. Definitely one you don't see too often. Of course, anything He-Man Battle Armor, with the exception of the action figure, was generally a bit harder to come by, as it is of course a little bit later on and a bit more obscure. Here's something which I don't pick up too often, as I'm sure I've mentioned it before. I am a huge Swamp Thing fan, especially the Alan Moore DC Comics run. So when I seen this one here, this is of course the animated series. I do still have all the action figures. I've got the Bayou Swamp playset here, but this one is still sealed, so I had to pick it up. That's a nice pickup and really great display piece, so we'll be keeping that. Okay, and here's something really interesting. So I'm sure most of you are familiar with the Mego Micronauts line. I have shown a few of them off before. I do have a few pieces in my collection, including these pharaohs here. That's really cool. But my favorite pieces from the line definitely has to be the Magnos figures, specifically Baron Karzo, which I do have boxed, and I've showed it off before in my finds of the day. Now this is where it gets interesting. I'm not sure if you're aware, but the line actually continued for a few more years in Italy, and in fact it was called the Fantunauti. And what they did was they actually made a few more Magnos types figures, but completely different paint schemes and completely different from the ones that we're familiar with here. Well, that leads me to my favorite find, which I did pick up when I was over in Europe, and here it is. He is incomplete, but this is a Magnos, a Micronaut, or officially a Fantunauti, not Micronauti, Fantunauti, but it's a human version with the interchangeable limbs. So that's definitely a great little pickup, very interesting, pretty rare, not extremely valuable, but definitely very rare. So without further ado guys, let's see my favorite pickup, something really cool. Believe it or not, it's not actually vintage. It's not particularly rare, but it's definitely very interesting and very amusing, so that's why it's my favorite find. Here he is in all his glory. So if you were to look at this figure and you had to guess what his name is, your guess would be Fat Tony. Yes, which is exactly what I thought when I saw it, and I was like, that is amazing. Please tell me it's called Fat Tony. And right enough, it's called Fat Tony. So this comes from a line called Serial Killers. It's produced by a chap called Ron English. This is definitely, unfortunately, but this is definitely the best figure in the line. There is a few other ones. It's worth looking up, but for me, hands down, without a doubt, Fat Tony. I mean, it's just so great. It's mobster style. It's Tony the Tiger. I love it. It's obvious, and it's going to be going on my shelf. So definitely my find of the day. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon. We are live every Friday in the BOD. That's Brothers of Destruction, Toys for Suckers on Facebook. We do the live auction every Friday. Make sure to catch me there, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye now.